One of the biggest reasons behind the massive success that I've experienced in my business is because of my productivity system. I've built a very simple system that I'm going to be revealing to you today that I've been able to structure my entire life around. It's simple, it's not complicated, anybody can implement this. And I'm not going to give you a huge list of apps to download to make your life more productive, because I feel that's one of the most counterproductive things in the world, by adding more tools to make yourself feel that you're productive. Are you ready for some transformation? Here we go. I'm going to share with you 5 most basic things that you can use to really make your life more productive, which I use even till today. In the initial days when I was running my agency, I had like 35, 40 employees working for me, and I used to get excited about all these productivity tools, these project management tools, productivity tools. I had more than 35 employees working for me. So I set up the entire system, and I would set up the entire task management, all the different segments, the client, and different projects that would need to be done. And I designed a really beautiful productivity system for my teams back then in the agency. And I realized that I had designed such a beautiful system that my teams were spending more time on the system than actually doing the work. And then I decided, enough of all of this stuff. Let's keep it simple. All of you just type, let's keep it simple in the chat box. That's my system. It's a super simple system. And towards the end, I'm going to share a super surprise with all of you. A system that I've custom built only for my diamond members, which you'll be able to see a demo of as you come to that point. So here's my super simple system. My phone, I only have 4 apps on my phone. I have Calendar, I have Apple Notes, I've got the App Store over there, and I have the Safari browser. You can see that. And of course, I've got the phone and the Messenger and all the other WhatsApp and everything else. But I've deleted all the other apps and I've removed notifications from everywhere. So the ultimate super productivity system is minimalism. So my first app that I use a lot is my calendar. It's a no-brainer. Some of you may think, oh, is that what I've come here to watch this video? Yes. If you actually use your calendar properly, you'll be able to be more productive than ever before. So my first app suggestion to all of you here is the calendar that is already on your phone. But the more important thing is to remove all the other apps that you think is making you productive, which is not. The second productivity tool is Apple Notes. Okay. I have a lot of notes, a lot of different categories. Some of the categories you have to read out. So I have my notes. Whenever I listen to some videos or go through my content, I have a folder only for notes from all the different lessons that I'm taking from different places. Second is visions. Sometimes I come up with some visions for the future, some ideas, some new ideas. I put that into a folder called visions, and I have different visions I'm noting down. I have another folder only for these YouTube videos, and all of my YouTube video planning is done on my Apple Notes. So under each folder, I have multiple notes written out over there. And then what I do is I just go and just type out whatever's in my mind. Even before I recorded this video, I just opened up my Apple Note and I had to talk about my productivity system. So I just made a list of bullet points. What should I speak about? Put that into Apple Notes under the YouTube folder, opened up, and that's what I'm actually reading out right now. Okay, is there even on my system over here? And then I have another folder for my podcasts. If you have not subscribed to my podcast, please do that. I've got some amazing content over there. YouTube, I have a different style of content. On podcasts, I have some amazing content. If you go to Spotify or Apple and search for Freedom Business Podcast, more than 160, 170 episodes, go and dig into it. There's a lot of amazing information that you can find over there. I have another folder for meetings. I do a lot of meetings with my fellow colleagues in my organization, and I do a lot of work with Success Gyan and many other speakers and trainers. So every time I do a Zoom meeting with anyone and there's some interesting things and conversations that I've had, I open my Apple Notes, go to meeting folder, enter the name and the date of with who I had the meeting, and just list down bullet points of what I learned from that. So I can easily access my information. Of course, there are many other tools like this, like Notion, there is Obsidian, and there are many other tools that many people talk about having an alternate a life operating system and having a second brain and stuff like that. I know those tools work, but I like to keep it simple. For me, I believe that the simpler I make things, the more I can do. And I can see this in my own life. I've been able to, build a multi-million-dollar business with just 3 to 4 employees working for me without any office, sitting at my home. How is it possible? Logically, from a traditional business standpoint, it's very difficult to even comprehend something like this, but this is working because of simplicity. Let's come to number 3, Google Forms. I use Google Forms a lot because I'm running a community of more than 25,000 people, and I have calls where I have thousands of people attending my calls every single week. And I use Google Forms really effectively. And how? I run a lot of polls. I run surveys. I ask them what are their challenges, what are they looking for, what kind of solutions are they looking for, what kind of questions do they have. And all those questions are documented in so many different Google Forms, and I'm able to see through patterns of what exactly are their challenges. And based on that, I'm able to make better decisions. So I don't use my brains too much. I use Google Forms. I let Google Forms do the thinking for me because I want to get feedback from my market and then make decisions based around that. Let me give you another simple productivity system. Number 4, I write my goals every single day. Of course, there are some days that I miss out, but every day I write my goals. You see this? This is my goal book. I've been writing pages and pages of goals for a very, very long time, and I document all of my ideas. This physical writing, besides the note taking that I do on Apple Notes, has has immensely benefited me. How? Because once I'm writing my goals, like every day I'm writing 20 goals, 10 on each page. And the more I know what I want, I'm able to be more productive. I can say no to the things that are not connecting to my goals. Saying no to opportunities. I get hundreds of these messages from influencer companies, do this brand promotion, that promotion. Every day I get at least 2-3 emails. I say no, because for me, that's not my focus. My focus is on building my community, my paid community. My focus is on helping my students get results. My focus is on helping you get value through this video. So the fourth super duper tool, my productivity tool, is writing goals in a simple notebook like this. Are you disappointed? I'm sorry, I'm a very simple guy. Let's come to number 5. I work in a cyclical lifestyle. Cycles. We breathe in, we breathe out. There's day, there's night. There's summer, there's winter. Women, you go through your own menstrual cycles. The body goes through cycles. Every 6 months, even the whole planetary system, everything is running in cycles. So I operate my entire life and business in cycles. So I work a 4-day work week. So I would like to work for 2 days, take a break. Work for 2 days, take a break. So for me, Monday, Tuesday I work, Wednesday I take a break. I just go drive out of town, stay in a 5-star hotel, just relax and chill for a bit, and then come back rejuvenated, refreshed on Thursday to again reconnect with my community. Friday I look into my numbers, finances. Saturday I spend time with my family. Sunday I spend time for my spiritual causes and that I'm connected with. So this kind of a cyclical model makes it very predictable. So next year, same time, if you ask me on this date, what will you be doing, Siddharth? If you ask me, I know I have an answer to it. Of course, life, there are some changes that happen, ad hoc, life happens, but I know each day has been chalked out for one particular theme for the day. I have a monthly cycle. There are a few things that I do every single month, like meaning I review all my business data. I sell my higher level products. I have a quarterly cycle also. So every quarter I run something in my community called the hackathon, and we change that every single quarter, or we start a new game every single quarter. And then every year there are a few things that I do. Twice in a year I do retreats for my community called the Freedom Business Retreat with at least 600-700 people attending that retreat. And it's just getting bigger and better every time I do this because of chalking out what exactly needs to be done on a weekly, monthly, quarterly and annual basis and making that into a cycle. Every 3 months I also like to take a break with the family, go for 3-4 days out, and maybe once in a year I do a much longer vacation for 15-20 days. In fact, I do once in a year I do a complete body detox. I go for a 25-day Panchakarma treatment. I've been doing this for the last 3 to 4 years and it's been amazing. And during the time where I'm giving my body for a service, just like how you give your car for a service, that has been my ultimate productivity system. 25 days I'm sitting in a place where I'm not distracted. I go to the mountains. There's a nice place near Mysore. It's called Indus Valley Ayurvedic Center. I go there once in a year. In fact, I wrote my entire book, You Can Coach, sitting there in 21 days because there were no distractions. I was just sitting there fully focused. And every time I go and do this, I plan the next 3 to 6 months at a very detailed and at a very granular level. That is my ultimate productivity system. I learned more about this in a documentary I was watching on Netflix. Bill Gates, maybe every once in 2 or 3 months, he used to go and in a log cabin and just shut himself off for 1 week, taking a lot of books, no technology. He would read, connect the dots, and then come back to Microsoft and build Microsoft. I got inspired by that. And I thought, let me also do this. Once in a week, let me take a break. Once in a quarter, let me take a break. And once in a year, let me take a very long break. Only question is, will you be implementing this simple productivity hack that I told you? Now, let me show you the system I've designed. It's called Polestar. Now, this is a system I've designed only for the diamond members in my community, which is the ultimate productivity system ever possible. Okay. Now, what you're seeing here is just a test account. It is not just a dummy account, just for demo purpose. Now, every single member in my diamond group, they have points connected to their activities. Whenever they attend my calls, they get points. Whenever they achieve different milestones, they get points. So they'll be able to see that. They can enter their earnings. They'll be able to track their attendance percentage, their return on ad spends, how many leads do they have, how many customers they have, how much charity they have given, and how much total charity we have given as a community. Now, this number is a real number. Okay. From the time I've started to document this, we have given over 1,55,94,648 rupees in charity at the point of me recording this video, only in my premium member group, by the way. Okay. Every member can track their progress and their point system in the last few weeks. Okay. So 3 months of data, they can see whether their points is going up or down. And the ultimate productivity system for my diamond members is where each member knows what is their learning path and what is their action path to achieving their next milestone. And they know what is their learning focus, which courses they need to complete. Now here, I've also built in something called My Tasks. It is a task list. Okay. So you can go in here and all of our members in our diamond member group, they actually enter their tasks and they choose which category of activity they need to do. Let's say content marketing, and let's say they're going to be making a podcast. It has to be a recurring task. And let's say they need to start the podcast. They want to do this every single month. They want to launch their podcast at 8 p.m. bi-weekly, twice in a week. Let's say every Friday and every Tuesday, and just set and forget into the system. So like this, you can set recurring tasks, one-time tasks, and all of your tasks get recorded into a calendar where they can see the tasks that are upcoming, the tasks. Suppose now I've just put your daily podcast. I click on this, I mark it as completed, and boom, it gets marked in green. And then I say they want to do a sales webinar, mark this, mark as completed, and all that also gets checked off in green. So like this, every single premium, my diamond member, my community, I give them an opportunity to use Polestar to actually track and enter their own tasks based on the different categories that I've actually mentioned. Then we also have a habit tracker. So in the habit tracker, there are 7 habits that I make all of my students implement. So they listen to The Strangest Secret in the World. They write their top 20 goals. This is all the cyclical activity, okay? They read the creed affirmations. I have a creed document that I give them. They learn a podcast or go through a course. They meditate to connect with their spiritual side. They move, walk, run, exercise, and they spend quality time with family. When they do all of this, all of them get stacked into thing over here. And since it's a demo account, I'm just sharing this with you. But when I check with all of my students, this is what I'm able to see. So what you're seeing right now is my private social network only for my premium customers. So over here, we just had a session today where everybody's sharing their snapshot of Polestar, like Archana, Janardhan. Look at the habit stacking, So people's lives are getting transformed like crazy because they are using Polestar to track their tasks and to track their habits. And everybody openly shares their habits in our private social network, which has been a game changer. Okay. So how many of you are completely mind blown by this? Just type mind blown in the chat box. And Polestar can do a few other things which no one would see anywhere else, because I've custom built this productivity system for my own community members based on what I was looking for. So whatever I shared, my simple tools using calendar, using all of that, everything is built into this one platform. It's a web-based platform at this point, just in its first version. And we are continuously updating this. And this is available only to my premium members, my diamond members. Now, if you'd like to know more about my diamond membership, which is a buy invite only membership, go to this link, SID at sidz.co/diamond. And I do this as a live session. There are no recordings, no replays, nothing. Okay. You got to be there live, where I will practically demonstrate you in a much deeper way on how you can use Polestar to completely transform your life and make that as your ultimate productivity system. And this is the system that I built not just for my community, but I built it for myself too. So I don't use my brains anymore. I just log into Polestar. I know what are my tasks for the day. I just complete that. That is the ultimate productivity system. Wish you all the best. And I just want to leave you with one thought. There are so many tools out there, so many apps on productivity, so many advanced systems. Don't fall for them. Don't get allured by them. Keep it simple. You'll be able to get a lot more done. Focus on creating. That's where the magic is. All the best. Catch you in the next video. Please hit that like button, subscribe to this channel, and hit that bell button so that you get more of this in the future. Bye. I'll see you in the next one.